going to tell you a story. One of Aesop's fables called The Tortoise and Hare.
That's something you say that sound like.
The Tortoise and the Hare. There was a tortoise and a hare, and the hare said that he wanted to race the tortoise because he was sure that he would win. So the tortoise and the hare decided to have a race to see who would win. Now, who do you think's going to win?
The tortoise.
Well, so they got it to the start line, and they got ready to go. And so on your mark, get set, go. And the hare took right off. And he was running and running and running, and the tortoise was just slowly walking. And the hare was way far ahead of him. So the hare was so far ahead of him that he decided he would take a nap. So he sat down under a tree and he fell asleep.
The tortoise went.
And so he took a nap, and the tortoise just kept walking and walking. He never stopped. He just kept on going and going and going and going. And he passed the hare who was asleep under the tree. And he thought, I wonder if I'll win. I don't know, if the hare wakes up, he can still beat me. So he just kept on going. He walked and he walked and he walked and he walked. And finally, the hare woke up and thought that the tortoise was behind him until he looked ahead of him. And the tortoise was ahead of him and was going to win. And as fast as the hare could run, he ran to the finish line. But he didn't make it. The tortoise won.
Yoo-hoo!
You know how come the tortoise won?
Why?
Because slow and steady wins the race. Which means you may be the fastest person, but the slow and steady, if you keep working at it, you can still win the race. What do you think? Good story? Do you think that can really happen? Yeah. Think slow and steady works? Yeah, if you work hard and you just go at a constant pace, you think you can win? Alright. So I've got one more story for you.
Is it Little Red Riding Hood?
No. It's about a little girl who was about your age, maybe a little bit older. And she had, can you take that out of your mouth, please? She got sick one day. And she started getting these little spots
Me too.
all over her body, and they were red. Red spots. And they itched, and they hurt. And she didn't feel very good. She had chicken pox. Now the chicken pox make you itch all over the place. Everywhere. In the hair. Everywhere. So there were little red dots all over her body.
Like a ladybug. No, ladybugs have black spots.
True.
That's always
So she had to go to the doctors, and she had to stay in bed for many, many days. She
Did she
couldn't
get
go
a-
to school, and she had to take these special baths in the bathtub that were made of water and oatmeal.
Excuse me?
Mhm.
Did she, when she went to the doctor's, did she get shot?
Nope, no shots. So she had to sit in a bathtub with oatmeal and water, and that helped dry up these little dots. And she had to take special medicine, and she had to get lots of sleep, and she was told she couldn't itch, and she couldn't scratch, because if she did, she would get little crevices in her body, and she would have little holes, like scars. So
I have
she
scars.
tried really hard not to itch, but every once in a while she would itch. And she would itch. And she would itch. Until one day, when all chickenpox were finally gone, she had one little mark on her forehead. Do you see a little mark on Mommy's forehead? That's left from a chickenpox. Because Mommy couldn't stop itching. So, when you have the chickenpox, you can't itch. Because if you itch, then you get little pimples. So that was the story of when Mommy had chicken pox. The end. What'd you think?